Kyle, fantastic 2 points to end this season on a high, following a season of turmoil and whatever else has gone on so far this season down here at the Otis Rec. 2 points, 23-20, fantastic way to end it.
Yeah, brilliant way to end it. First of all, I'd like to start by wishing our skipper James Newton all the best. Really, you know, he came off with it looked relatively okay when he walked off the field. That's always a good sign. But obviously, when he's got inside and the ambulance came, they put him on a stretcher and taking him up to hospital there, Jordan. So we wish him and his family all the best over the next sort of 24 hours while we, find out what's happened to him. But yeah, for the game, brilliant, really. We played some brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. And I said to the lads today, go play carefree. Enjoy it. Play like you were a little kid again, almost. There was no pressure here today, zero whatsoever, and there was no pressure on them as well, which made it a great game of rugby league. I thought we got off to a terrible start. I thought physically we just got beat to the punch. I think they raced away into a 16-0 lead before we had any kind of response. But the response came from our interchange. I felt, our middles had to wear an awful lot of direct carries early on, and we weren't quite where we needed to be in terms of getting our body in front, and they were finding space between us and rolling us down the field. But I thought when Mackenzie Buckley came on, I thought he really helped change the game. And then obviously, look, Jack Kell, what a debut. Absolutely cannot tell you how delighted I am with that. It was a risk ringing him up and putting him in. No pre-season. Boy, there's some little player in there, isn't there? He was sensational. Delighted for that his try assist was brilliant. His try was actually a dead set try. I've seen the footage back, but anyhow, that doesn't really matter. But a player of the match performance from Jack Kellett, and one that he'll be able to remember for the rest of his life. And I'm so pleased for him. I'm so pleased for all the boys as well, because the effort that they've shown. Again, we come into this game, Jordan, with 16 players. We actually finished the last 12 minutes or so with 12 players. I know they got a red card a couple of minutes later, but they were coming home with a wet sail, and we found a way. I thought Will Evans' chase back for that tackle was probably the biggest play of the day. And again, a team that's relegated, Jordan, unless they care about each other, they don't find that effort. Do you know what I mean? And the fact that they did was brilliant. No, really proud of them. Really proud of them. Look, it's we've been relegated. That is an absolute given. But it was a fantastic way to finish what has been a very difficult season for everyone involved.
A very difficult season involved, but like I say, able to end on a high with that. Like you said, we obviously wish James Newton well, but obviously the story is, like you said, Jack Kellett.
Yep.
Fantastic, and you hope over the next sort of few months that you hope for similar stories, because for this club to rebuild, they're going to have stories like that.
That's it, and that was my method in my madness, Jordan, really, about ringing him up and giving him an opportunity that one, I felt he deserved as well. But it was almost the message was, look, this is Jack here. This is Jack who it wasn't even 4 days ago. He was happy that he'd just done his work up at Ensingham and he was waiting for his pre-season. But he's came and answered that call today, and the messages to so many. He's just came up against some ex-Super League players that had a long time in the Super League, and he's handled his own. The biggest compliment I could pay him is he looked like he'd been playing at this level for some time. And yeah, the message is for the rest of the amateurs to come. Look, the amateur game's brilliant, and it'll only take you so far, and for me, the reason you play rugby league is to get to the highest level you possibly can, or I think it should be. And Jack's just shown that, whatever level that is, whether it's League One or whether it's Championship or Super League or International, you have to start somewhere, and using a club like Whitehaven as a platform, your hometown, is I've been there and I've walked that road, and it's a special one, again, if people are happy playing the amateur game, absolutely fine as well, but I just think as a bloke there's an opportunity to test yourself, and I thought, Jack Keller's just done that. He's done that, and he's got so much respect now off everyone in this town. He'll enjoy the night. He'll enjoy going back to work tomorrow at Sellafield, and they'll all love him in there, and rightly so. yeah, that's the most pleasing thing. I actually think that his performance is probably the best thing that's happened over the 6 weeks of my time. I think the Dewsbury win was pretty special, but I think that was, and to win as well. Yeah, I think that's the pick of the time for me.
You've already answered my next question, which was obviously to reflect on your time here, Carl. It's been a difficult 6 to 8 weeks. We just spoke for the radio, and your first word you said was tiring.
Yeah.
You knew it was going to be a challenge. Did you expect it to be this much of a challenge?
No, didn't at all. Well, the first day actually, it couldn't have. That first week actually, and there's a lot of stuff as well that's gone on that we can't tell the fans, and I think that's something else as well. I think moving forward, our fans keep supporting us, absolutely, but they don't need to know everything that goes on in any business. Just like outside of sport, in any business, they don't tell you everything that's going on. But I also think as well for some of the powers that be, they don't help by airing a lot of stuff out on a social media platform that where it almost creates a soap opera where they do feel they want to know everything that's going on. And so there's loads of lessons in there to be learnt, loads. But again, I think I thought I'd seen it all in my career, but this has just been a whole different level. But we got there in the end, and I'm really proud. I'm really delighted, and I said to you before, Jordan, that I got to watch on the popular side as a fan. I got to live it as a player. And now, although a relatively short period of time, I've got to walk in the experience of a coach's shoes, albeit for 6 weeks. But I don't think it'll get much harder if I ever go on and do any kind of other coaching. That's for sure. But one thing, I'm incredibly proud as well. I'm incredibly proud to be a lad from Whitehaven. I absolutely love my hometown. I'm so proud where I come from. And it's just, what a way to finish. A proud way to finish is what I think I'm trying to say. Delighted. Challenges ahead, absolutely. But for now, we enjoy this one.
And a final word. That playing group in there, there's obviously not everyone's there who's played a part of this last 6 to 8 weeks, but that playing group in there who's gone through some big changes, big issues. 43 players being used across the whole of this season obviously shows that the issues that have been there this season, but they've put their heads down over the last 6 to 8 weeks. They've gone with it. They've got the victory at Dewsbury. They've got the victory this afternoon. Hasn't quite been enough, but at one point it didn't look like there was going to be a playing group, so a huge shout to them.
It didn't. 43 players, you're right. I mean, I got to have 16 of them. We didn't actually. I know we didn't win more than Swinton and Barrow in terms of games, but we didn't lose more than them either. And with those couple of draws, really, there's always a game where where you think if only we'd have done something here, or if only we hadn't drawn that game. But the harsh reality is you get what you deserve in sport over the course of a season, and for this level, it just hasn't quite been where it's needed to be. In patches, it's been there in absolute abundance, but in for the majority of it, it's been. It's let us down, but again, I don't want to finish on that. I want to finish on the future, really. It's important now that everybody puts the past behind them, and we look forward to what's here ahead at Whitehaven Rugby League. And this club has produced some fantastic players, some amazing players. I think when I was watching, you had Scott McAvoy, David Seeds, Craig Calvin, Carl Sykes, Mark Jackson, Howard Hill, Spencer Miller. They're from my time. And then you go back further to Vince Fox, Vince Gribbin, Boxer Walker, who had a little stint here, and Dick Huddard, people like that who changed the game. They changed the game of how it's played today, really. And the fact that we're able to introduce Jack Kellett into it, hopefully just adds another name to that list. Now, we're not getting too carried away, but what I'm trying to say is I'm absolutely buzzing about that. He got to show what he could do out here today, and he loved it. He loved every minute of it. And hopefully it's not up to me, but hopefully they can get that kid signed up and he can be the future of this club.
Got plenty of time in the off season to find out. Kyle, thank you very much for the last 6 to 8 weeks. Thank you very much for your time, and enjoy what will be the next few weeks behind the mic as well.
Pleasure's all mine, mate.